What's up YouTube? Welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be telling you the story of my last leg day. Now, when I went to the gym last week, I actually did not foresee this video turning into what I'm going to tell you about, but I had a wonderful experience at the gym and I really want to share what I took away from it because I felt like it was a very impactful session. The focus of this video is going to be on the mental aspect of lifting. I'm a big advocate of working out and fitness being mind and body. I've talked about this a ton in some of my marathon videos. I know. I talked about how a lot of it is not just physical, but it's also mental. And today was like an experiment that proved that to be true. I'm so excited about it. When I went into my last leg day, I knew that I wanted to hit a PR. I wanted to squat 185. I typically have been going in squatting, what's 45 times 3? I should know this by now. 135. I've been comfortably squatting 155. That's the bar, a 45 on either side, and a 10 on either side. I like to try to aim for 4 sets of 8. I knew that I could definitely do more, and I haven't been pushing myself, and I've been staying in that mental barrier of how much weight I could lift. Going into this workout, I knew that my goal was to do 185 for 1. I've done it once before, but I wanted to do it again. It was a few months ago, and I haven't tried to attempt it since. So when I went in that day, I was still in a really good mood. Like mentally, I was in a really good headspace, but I didn't have the hype. I just felt like I didn't have that energy behind the workout where I felt like I can go in and crush this. Like I feel like you need to go into this workout with like beast mentality. And I felt happy, but I don't think I went in feeling like, I'm going to play the video as I kind of share the story with you and kind of my takeaways from this workout. Starting off, I went to the gym and I wanted to do a mobility warm up. I feel like, you know, going into any workout, it's important to warm up your body. I was doing some different movements to just wake up the legs, started laying down, like stretching out the hamstrings a little bit, frogger squats, trying to do some band work, some glute activation. Wanted to go in and warm up the legs. First things first, let's start there. So I did this for about 5-10 minutes, just going around doing different things. I know that I want to start evolving my training right now. I want to do more drop sets and changing the way that I'm training to not just be so much 4 times 8, but really like pushing my body in a different way, repping out, and then also just doing a lot more heavy stuff. When I went in for my first set of squats, like I said, feeling good, feeling fine. I went in, I just put a 45 on either side. That was my warm-up weight. That's a little bit under that weight I've been talking about. And I just did that for 8. Started off nice and easy, comfortable, remembering to breathe through, felt good, felt great. Then I added the 10s on either side, which is what I was saying before is that comfortable weight for me, that 155 weight. So that's where I've been living in my squats. I went in, did a set of that, same thing. Second set was trying to hit 8, felt good, felt great. Then this is where the day, this video, everything gets interesting right here. This is the part I've been waiting to tell you about. It was time for the PR. It was time to go in and hit that 185. Put on my 45, put on my 25, put on my 45, put on my 25, I'm ready to go. But I felt like my energy, it was kind of like, I know I can do this, I want to do this, but it was not there in my mind. Like the hype around hitting a PR was just kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna go in and do this like any other squat. But it's heavy, it's hard. Like this was not an easy weight for me. So I go down and I fail. That's okay. We're gonna try this again. I was like, you know what? I didn't know what to expect. Let's do this a second time. So same thing, I went back in, took all the weight off, re-racked the bar, put all the weight back on. I was like, all right, round 2. We're gonna get this, we're gonna do it. Let's go. Same thing, I get under the weight, I go down, and I fail again. All right, I'm like, you know what? Maybe that was too ambitious of a jump. I did go from 155 to 185, which Would I recommend that to somebody? No, that was a really big jump. I just knew that I did it once before, so that's why I had that goal in mind. But realistically, I should have gone up with a smaller increment. You live and you learn. Then I was like, okay, let's do, instead of putting a 25 on either side in addition to the 45, let's do a 10 and a 10. So we're gonna go up by 40 instead of going up by 50, which is the jump that I felt like I should have done first. You know what? Let's do that. Go under. Bada bing, bada boom. We hit it, okay? I was happy that I hit it, but at the same time, it wasn't really that goal that I went in mind. And at that point, the owner of the gym, you know, he kind of like came out, super friendly, nice guy, very encouraging. Really love the gym I go to, love the environment of it. He comes over and he's like, what are you trying to do? And I'm like, you know, I'm trying to hit this PR. And he's like, did you hit it? And I'm like, well, this was a PR technically, but like, I wanted to do more. And he was like, you could do it. You can do it. I was like, okay. He's like, let's hit 5 solid ones with the 45 on either side. I feel like personally, like, I don't think I had really worked up to that weight yet. I had only done those 2 sets. And he was like, let's get some 5 solid squats in. So I get boom, 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 hit the 5 squats. Now I'm feeling strong, time to work, time to hype it up. So he takes me on this walk. He basically like hyped me up so much. Like, I am so appreciative for this interaction that I had, and I'm so grateful that he came at that moment because it completely changed the nature of this workout. So he took me, there's like little sprinting area where the gym I go to, and he was like, we're gonna walk down to that fence and you're gonna walk back, and the only thing that you're gonna visualize is your success. And I was like, okay. I walked down, I'm like starting to get myself into that headspace, just like thinking about getting under that bar and going up. He's like, that's the only thing you're gonna think about on your walk there and your walk back. And I was like, okay, I do it. Come back. He's like, all right, look at this weight. Either the weight's gonna win or you're gonna win. I was like, all right, now we're getting real hyped up in here. I was like, okay, like really getting in that headspace. It's like me versus the weight. Like, I am going to succeed. Like, this is the hype I need around it. So I'm gonna play the clip now and then you guys can see what happened.
All you. Come back. Now, under control. Push this up. Yes. I saw the first. I saw the before. You got this. This is how you do it. This is all mind and body. You got this. Outstanding.
Hit that 185, and I was so appreciative of that pep talk, of that hype around it, because it was so true that it was mental. It literally was not a factor of if I had the strength, because I did have the strength. I did it. It was all about how I was thinking about it in my mind. Then he's like, you know what? This is what I want you to do. I want you to do just with 25s on either side. I want you to max out. Like, I want you to rep out, do as many as you can right now. So I went under the bar. It was only 95 pounds. I just did as many as I could at 95 pounds. I ended up doing 15 reps and I did it twice. So low weight, high rep, did it twice. That was a lot of squats. I did a lot of squats in that workout, but I did know that going in, the main focus of what I wanted was to really hit that PR. Moving into the rest of the workout, so something that I wanted to really focus on was, again, doing more like glute and hamstring type of exercises. Inside the gym, my gym looks like a club, so I hope that this lighting is not too distracting. I really love that it has this environment. It's super fun to work out in, but filming, sometimes this footage looks a little dark. I went in and we did this machine. Basically, you put your foot in the little like rope area, you step up, you slide up, you want your hips to be hinging where the platform ends and then grabbing onto the grips. And then with straight legs, I was doing this wrong. I thought you're supposed to like hamstring curl it, but that's not what this is. You lift up your legs, squeezing your glutes as much as you can, holding it up there, squeezing the hamstrings, squeezing the glutes, and targeting the lower back. This exercise is to strengthen the lower back, strengthen the glutes, and strengthen the hamstrings. So you're squeezing all of those muscles and then slowly releasing back down. So the legs come up, you're holding, squeezing, slowly lower back down. So this is, again, I wanted to strengthen that lower back, strengthen those glutes and hamstrings, so that way when I do start to increase my squat weight, I have that foundation at hand. Went in, I did this 4 times. I didn't really put a solid number on it. I was really just doing 10 and then pushing past as much as I could. I did take the weight off and then do a couple without the weight too, just at the end to continue to rep out, like I said, kind of following that same format of doing that weight and then doing it lower, just adding as many as I could on at the end. So I did that 4 times. I was tired at this point in the workout. That was only exercise 2, but I was feeling it. Then I went over to the hack squat machine. I love the hack squat. This allows that depth in that squat, really getting down to the ground in it. So I put on 245s for the first set. Did about 8 to 10 of those as well. Really pushing through the legs. I wanted to say when I was doing those squats, when I was doing this hack squat, I was really trying to emphasize driving through the legs, really pushing through the ground, working the legs and not letting it come from my back, because I realized that I do think I put a lot of the stress on my back when I do it, and I really want to target legs. Thinking about that as I was going through the movement, breathing, making sure to inhale and exhale as I was going down, really hitting that spot in the glutes where I felt it and pushing back up. Then I added on another set of 45s. That was pretty heavy, pushed through, same thing. And then I think I did the last 2 with just the 45. 145 on either side. Then moved into RDLs. I feel like these are just absolute staples on leg day, great glute exercises. For these, what I was doing was I was trying to target the glutes more and really keep the tension in the legs. So instead of when I come up, going all the way up to the place where my pelvis is forward, I'm stopping 75%. 3/4, going down and then stopping at the top at that 3/4 mark to really keep the tension in my glutes, going back down, coming up, not all the way, keep it, squeeze it, go back down. So that is what I was trying to focus on with my RDLs. I did 4 sets of these. Also, again, not really trying to put a number on it, just trying to find the sweet spot between really pushing myself. So I was aiming for 10 most of these. I think I might have hit 12 on one of them, and just really trying to get into that headspace where I was so focused on like zoning into that workout, zoning into my quads, not even feeling the pain, just like focusing on like what I was doing in that moment. Last but not least, I did a good old-fashioned hamstring curl, and this was good too. I really was trying to focus on the rhythm and the pace of this as well, going up and really taking my time as I'm lowering, not just kind of throwing my legs back and forth, coming up, squeezing, and really allowing the weight to lower under that tension. And I did that 4 times as well. Tried to beast out a few sets. I kept that weight the same throughout. I just felt like that was a really comfortable weight for me, and I was kind of just doing the last exercise, so I kept that around 30 and just focused on my form for that one. Basically, some takeaways from my workout and the conversations that I had is that fitness is so importantly mind and body connection. It is so important to when you go into that gym, although you're working your muscles, although you're working on your physical health and your strength, you're also working on your mind, and you're working on bettering yourself and becoming more positive and visualizing your success. You're thinking about all of the things that you can do. It's so good for you to have that headspace when you're working out, that you can conquer anything, that you can do anything, and really believe it. Not just say it, but have that grit behind it. And I think that is such an important takeaway from fitness, and one of the reasons I love it so much is the mental grind that it puts you in. You should visualize your success not only in the gym but outside of the gym. Anything that you are willing to commit to putting your mind to put the passion and love and hard work behind, you can do, and to definitely have that attitude inside and outside of the gym. And last but not least, just remember that everyone hits plateaus in the gym and in life. I felt like I was at that plateau for a really long time, and I wanted to step up and really start training around that and make changes in my training and in my mind to allow that growth. It happens to everyone. Don't be afraid to ask for help and talk to people in the gym. I literally could not have done that without him, and I really appreciate the hype up and the talk that he gave me that really encouraged me to succeed and get that weight that I haven't really felt comfortable doing before. No one in life is immune to the highs and lows of it, and I think that it's so important to remember that it's how you move through it and how you talk yourself through it, no matter what you're going through. It's about how you handle it, how you react to it, how you word it in your life. So I feel like same thing in the gym, just taking those principles and those disciplines that I learned in the gym and then also implementing that in my life outside of the gym. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this inspired you to go into the gym and hype yourself up and have the most amazing workout. You can do it. I know that you can. You are going to get under that weight and you are going to show it who is going to win. I'm going to do more workout videos like this, so do not forget to hit the subscribe button so you do not miss future workouts, future motivational talks, and don't forget to give this video a like. It means so much to me. I will see you next time.